Robbie Matondo is so much better than Fashion Sakala. Oh, what a performance from young Robbie Matondo today. I have criticised him in the past. Only just in our last podcast, me and Andy were talking about how Robbie, when he got his chance to start, he always flopped and he never showed up. But by God, I'm eating my words of the day, because that boy was up and down the wing like a whippet. Phenomenal control of the ball, great at dribbling, just what we're needing. I really think that's going to give Michael Beale some serious decisions to make when he's selecting his team for this tie against PSV. As much as Robbie can be an impact player off of the bench, we've seen that in the Livingston game previously, he also performed at a high standard, probably the best I've seen him look in a Rangers jersey so far. There's a lot to be said about how his performance can vary, from sometimes him being non-existent to the day where he performed incredibly well. Maybe, just maybe, that's to do with the opposition that we were up against. But as much as I have criticised Matondo in the past for sort of floating through games unnoticed, there's always been a glimpse that he does have some potential. The way he can carry the ball, he's like Sakala in the sense that he's rapid. But you know what Fashion was like in the later third. He was too quick for his own good. He stumbled over his feet. He wasn't clinical in front of goal. And one time I recall him hitting a shot and it going out for a shy. So that really sums up Fashion Sakala. And yes, he had the numbers, he had the stats. But I think you can tell when a player's got that wee bit of quality that maybe at this point in their career you can't quite teach them that ball control, that natural gliding along the park. And for me, that's what Matondo showed today and against Livingston. Whether he has that in his arsenal to go out and do it against a PSV team from the beginning of the game or not, well, that'll be up to Michael Beale to decide. I'm going to start the video on a positive note, like I have just done with Robbie Matondo, and I'm going to continue in that vein to give credit where credit's due in terms of Jack Butland's performance, who once again for me looked really good in goals. There was a few, actually I'm not sure if there was a few, but there was at least one time where he came to try and collect a long throw in and let's just say made a bit of an arse of it. But other than that, he looked good. He looked good. He's shot stopping. He is eager to be that sort of sweeper keeper. He looks tuned in and he looks like he's prepared to answer the questions when they're being asked of him. And some more positives from the game: when Beale did decide to make the changes when we went a goal down, he made them very quickly. He made them around about the 55th, 56th minute mark, which is no a common occurrence for us. Normally we're making substitutes at 70 minutes, 75 minutes, and no really giving our players who come on off the bench to have an impact in the game. But I think that is exactly what never happened in today's game. And again, I will say it's against a lesser side, but Danilo when he came on, Hadji when he came on, Sima when he came on, they all impacted the game in a positive way. Now on to the negatives. For me, I don't think that Michael Beale started with the correct team. I understand that the fixtures are coming fast and thick at this point in the season, with some very important games in the likes of PSV and a double header and the Old Firm at the start of next month. But it's very early on in the season, so the players should be maybe not peaking in terms of their fitness levels, but they should certainly be near the top of their fitness levels, having just undergone a pre-season and had a number of games, European games included, under their belt. What I would have liked to see Beale do is continue to start most, if not all, of the strongest players in what he thinks is the best starting 11 available. I know we have this game against PSV on Tuesday, but instead of having to force that change and bring on Danilo and bring on Sima when we go 1-0 down against Greenock Morton, why not just start the best team available to us, kill the game in 30 minutes, and then make the subs when the game is dead? Now, my main concern about him not starting what I think is something that resembles the strongest 11 is no because I don't think the players who were on the park are capable of beating Morton if they show up and perform. It's nothing to do with that. It's more to do with the fact that, as we've seen for Kilmarnock, for the Livingston game, for the 2 matches against Servette, we have not fulfilled our capabilities or potential. He might not even know what his perfect lineup is at the moment, what shape he wants to play, and certainly the players have not gelled 100%, not anywhere close to it. That's why I find a bit of criticism in his decision to make numerous changes. This will be a bit of a sticking point with some people, and against lesser opposition you might say, these boys deserve some minutes, maybe they'll feature more in the early stages of the cups, but for me it just doesn't sit right with me knowing that we're going in against PSV and our best starting 11 will no be any further forward in terms of how they play together, how they gel together. This will be a contentious point. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this in the comments below. Another negative for me is the fact that we go in 0-0 against Morton at half time. It's honestly embarrassing, shocking, terrible, shite, annoying, boring, frustrating. We've been here so many times. What is it with us as a team that we need to concede a goal before somebody propels a rocket up our arse and gets us to change gear and actually show up in the game? I'm sick of it. We won't get away with it against PSV. We won't get away with it in an Old Firm game. We won't get away with it against the likes of Aberdeen and Hearts, who know that we are slow at getting out of the gates. They'll come at us. They'll come at us and then we'll be left to fucking run uphill for the rest of the game. It's crazy. We need to start starting games. How many times last season did a full 45 minutes pass by, we go in at half time either 1-0 down or nothing each, just lacklustre, lethargic, comfortable in possession but no cutting edge, no ruthlessness. No, I'm not saying just because it's Greenock Morton that we're playing that we should be showing up and winning fucking 16-0 at half time. But this is week in, week out. It's boring as fuck to watch. Who wants to go to Ibrox and watch a 0-0 draw 45 minutes in with no spark of creativity, plays a bit disjointed, it's just not entertaining? Now, I want to win as much as anybody wants to win. Of course I do. It's the most important point of the game. It's the objective of the fucking thing. But give the fans something to spur them on, you know? Michael Beale asked us to create a cauldron in Ibrox on Wednesday, Tuesday, whenever the fuck the game is. He's asking that to the fans. What is he asking to the players? What difference is the team talk before the match compared to half time when we see that we come out a different side in the second half? It's no good enough. It's been going on too long. I think there just seems to be this sort of lethargy in the play. We've seen it in the sort of viral clip that ended up on Twitter the other week there, where it took us fucking 27 seconds to take a throw in for Bitav to run for the fucking other side of Ayrshire to come and get a ball, to throw it to somebody, get it back, play it back to Goldson who plays it back to Buckland. I mean, it was the sort of intensity that Affy, the other mob that killed us last year, taking throw-ins when we were sleeping, taking quick corners and quick free kicks. No, I'm not asking us to adopt that style of play, but fuck me, give us a sense of urgency at times, eh? It's the first half. How can you look stronger 80 minutes into a game than you do in the first 18 minutes? It doesn't make any sense. Are they no warming up right? Is their mindset no right? Do they think they're just going to walk in and stroll it against certain teams? Because I tell you what, see these next couple of games, PSV twice, and then we'll get Celtic at Ibrox. You'll no get away with no showing up for 45 minutes of the game. That's it, full stop, end of story. You won't get away with it. And I hope that Beale is drilling that into their fucking heads at the moment. Because we got through against Greenock Morton 2-1. We scraped by Servette as well. But PSV and Celtic, that's a different challenge completely. And one last note, and I don't like to be as negative as this, and don't take this as me coming down like a ton of bricks on the players or the teams or the situations or the signings. It's nothing to do with that. This has been a common theme for the last number of years, and I'm fucking sick of it. To be quite frank with you, I'm sick of it. Sick and tired of it. And I know there's a number of Rangers fans out there who feel the same. Lastly, I'll leave you with a semi-positive, something that's halfway between a positive and a negative. Because why no? Danilo got his goal, Desser's got his goal. That's good, isn't it? But fuck me, Cyril Desser's ball control is horrendous. It's absolutely, undeniably horrific. See, if he here to Tuesday morning, that boy shouldn't leave the training ground and he should be getting balls pinged into his feet for fucking 24 hours a day. Bam, bam, bam. The amount of bad touches this guy took today, and against Servette, and in one of the prior games. Come on, you're a professional football player, sir. You can't. I've seen people control the ball better in a Sunday League team. And I've cut Desser some slack. He did look like he might not be 100% fit. That's fine. He did look like he was maybe struggling to adapt and gel, a bit like everybody else in the team. That's fine. But if you're a professional football player and your job is to represent this badge here, you better know how to control a ball, kill it dead, and stick it in the back of the net if you're a forward player. But what chances he got is sticking the ball in the back of the net? I done it today for the penalty spot, calm and composed. But it's got to be better. In so many levels it's got to be better. Right, that's everything for today. Tune in on Tuesday or Wednesday as we cover what will hopefully be a glorious night at Ibrox when we take 3 goals off of PSV Eindhoven. Bit optimistic, you say? Well, the video was doom and gloom, so why no? Until next time, I'll see you then.